for a few years we were looking at deer vision, deer hearing, and ways to maybe use that and learn from that to come up with deterrent devices keeping deer off of roadways. And this is the second phase where we're testing different fencing designs. So I told him we'd wait here on this.
I'm doing research over in these three pens right here, and basically what we're trying to do is, in conjunction with the DOT, is develop some kind of barrier to keep deer off the roads. Hopefully we can find something that'll work and be cost effective that they can put out. I'm originally from Iowa, and I just finished my undergrad last year, and I applied for the job online, and I came down and interviewed, and I guess they liked me enough that they hired me. And so far it's been real fun. Dr. Miller and Dr. Warren are two of the best deer biologists in the United States, and it's an honor and a privilege to be here and interact with everybody every day.
I just graduated from North Georgia College in May. I'm originally from Forsyth County, Georgia, and I just started here in June, so I didn't have much of a break. And basically I'm coming in this summer to start out helping Daniel with his pen trials, and then late this fall into early winter, I'm going to be taking what he finds here and taking his most effective designs and carrying them out into the field over at Berry College, which is in Rome, Georgia. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to go in and GPS collar about 33 deer, and we're going to monitor them for a few months and establish their home range before a fence construction occurs, and then we're going to go in and construct about 2 miles of fence, 1 mile with each of our top 2 best designs, and then we're going to evaluate those fences for their efficacy and try to see how the home range of the deer changes in response to those fences. So it's going to be a lot of telemetry type work, and it's going to be really interesting to see what the implications are going to be for the future if we are effective at keeping the deer off the road. So it's kind of a two-pronged project, and after I graduate from here with my master's, I hope to go on to be a private hunting land consultant. I don't really care where, but I wouldn't mind ending up somewhere towards the west. That's about it.
Set up here in an adjacent pen, we set up an eye exam for deer where we train individual deer to work in this experiment. And just like when you go to eye doctor and you look at the chart with the letters and numbers on it, we set up a similar test for deer, and we found that deer have vision that would be about 2100. You know, people strive to have 20/20 vision, and what that means is that a random person from population at 20 feet could read those letters and numbers the same as the person doing it could see it as well as the random person from population at 20 foot. Well, deer have about 2100, meaning that they can see at 20 feet the detail that we can see at about 100 feet. And the reason for that difference is their eye structure. Their pupil is entirely different than humans. Humans have binocular vision, which allows us to focus our eyes on objects at various distances so that we can see objects that are very clear and crisp. And we have an area in our eye that has a concentration of cells that allows us to fine-tune the details. Well, deer, they don't have a round pupil like we have. They have a horizontal slit pupil, and they are better at detecting motion than we are, but they can't focus on details like we can. Even while they're feeding, they have a wide field of view, and if anything breaks that horizontal plane of their pupil, they pick up on that very quickly. But they only have a few areas in that horizontal pupil that has this concentration of cells that allows them to focus, and there's probably, in their vision, probably what they see is a few areas that have a little more detail, but then a lot of areas that are mostly blurred. And some of the research that we've done here shows that they very likely don't see colors the way we do. They have difficulty seeing long wavelength colors like red and orange. Blues, like Daniel mentioned, are in the short wavelength spectrums, and we have reason to believe that they probably can see those colors more vividly than we can. And that's why in Daniel's example of the painted lines on the roadways, if it's the right color blue, people won't be able to see it, and so it won't distract motorists, but deer very likely can see it. And if we use the right patterns, they might even think that it is a three-dimensional object that is blocking their way into the roadway.